A quick update on what I'm working on. I haven't been around lately. Went to the racetrack and got sick. To go. There we go. So, flip you around. So, since putting this new clutch system in, I bent my push rod. I got most of the bend out. See, there's still some in it, not much. So my master cylinder push rod hydraulic clutch setup is from a 96 Dakota. At least the master cylinder part is. Now since it's got the internal slave cylinder for the t56. I don't know if I put that sleeve in this or not. I don't remember. Been a lot of different work. So since putting that in, the push rod, the pedal is normally about here. With the previous transmission, the end frame, the pedal is about here. With the previous transmission, it'd go all the way to the floor. With this clutch setup, it only goes about halfway, and it's fully engaged, so it's working. So that ain't the problem. The problem is, since it doesn't go all the way to the floor, it is not stumbling around. It is not pushing the switch and activating it for the neutral safety. So it's only going down about halfway. So temporarily I put a piece of hose in there and threw a clamp on it. And then I noticed, well, it was one of those temporary fixes that's good unless it works forever. So now I've got this metal sleeve that I can put in there. But it still doesn't solve the issue of why the clutch pedal, getting it all the way. So up in here, if I can do this, I've got the whole bracket ordeal welded together right there. I'm thinking about chopping that off, redoing my angle on it. Now, if any of you are familiar with a clutch master cylinder from a Dakota, I don't have my tripod or nothing set up. You'll know, I had to pull it out of the firewall to do this, that trying to get your push rod out of here is next to impossible. What I've done is I've made this piece, which slides over your push rod, and you can push on the 4 little prongs down there. Get down on the side, but I won't be able to see it, but yeah, you can see the one over here. Got a prong there, got a prong over there I've kind of pushed in. And you can also take a pick with the rod in there, and you work it down there, and you can push those little tangs in. If it's old enough, you can do that. You can see at least two. I might have broken one off at one point. But if you use the pick and push them in, get them to stay in, then you can pull your rod out. Obviously, you can't do this while it's up underneath the dash. So, quick tip for you. Originally, I was going to put this spring on the end of it. Decided against that. Damn camera never zooms out the way it's supposed to. Yeah, so quick tip for you on that. And I did get these 90s, or this 90 and the AN style stainless braided lines, whatever you want to call them, and stuff in from McLeod. All that did work great. I want to say I did have to pull this out to pull the old pin out. But that is that. If you're wanting a teaser, I think, let's see, get my gloves off. Be able to see my fingers. Yeah, stuff time slipped down in there. So, still got to grab them all. Go over it. I did get somebody getting a video of the race. Going down the drag strips. This is and my truck number is, we go up the window, 219. You'll see on here, right lane, 219. There's my reaction time wasn't great, but it was close. You know that on the counts and horseshoes and hand grenades. So I got 1.88 60 foot, and that does improve on my best time so far. 105 mile an hour in the quarter mile, 13:013. So I was right next to getting that 12-second quarter. Got to 8.33 in the 8th mile. So, yeah. There's that time slip. And then this in here. Again, 219 is my number. And you can see, if we put them side by side, so this one here and that one there, stop all the reflections. So they was only running 8 mile times that day, so I got a 8.293 versus the 8.33 on the quarter mile slip. So that there puts me in the 12s, 12-second range. So next time I'll get up there, and hopefully they're running quarter mile times. So, working on that. And when I was up there last, the coil, I've had nothing but issues with this stupid coil. Sometimes it'll last a year, sometimes it will not. So this is one of those ones you get from AutoZone. I can't think of the name of it, and you can't see it, but it's chrome, got a yellow sticker. I've changed these. I've changed my pickup coil, sensor inside the distributor, my orange box multiple times, and then come to realize, because of getting this weird erratic firing, if I take and twist the end here, when it decides not to want to run, it'll run again after I twist that. You know, right before I went up to the drag strip this last time, I had to do that again to get it to start. I think I did it once while I was up there, and then when I got it back, I had to twist it over here. So I don't know if this wire is bad or if the coil's taking a crap, and it's running poorly right now. It'll start idle, and then it'll all of a sudden go super lean. Maxes out the gauge, more or less. And it stops at 17, so. But one issue I did have is I pulled out the number 6 spark plug. I was actually pulling out all the spark plugs. Pulled out the number 6, and the, whatever you want to call it, the electrode or whatever, it was collapsed. It had a small, tiny little gap in it, but it wasn't a full gap like it should be. So I fixed that, and that's where I went from the 13:01 time, or the 8.33 on the 8th mile, to the 8.29. So picked up a few there just from that. Made one pass on it. I did pull that plug back out, and it does look good. It does not collapse anymore. So it's got the iridium plugs in it, I do believe. That's what they're called. And I remember since putting those in, it did seem like it was a little bit low on power. But I just thought it was spark plugs itself, so got that fixed. Got more powers and going fast. So call it what you want to call it. That's the way it is. I did get a 750 Brawler carburetor, double pumper, manual secondaries, instead of where this 870 has got the vacuum secondaries. So I'm going to be slapping that on there. At some point, I want to try to get this running issue figured out, and this clutch pedal first. So getting over a cold that I've had for a couple weeks. Throat's been real messed up, runny nose, whatnot. So that's why I haven't made a video. Didn't want to get out here and make it any worse. I've just been sitting around the house more or less. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Click that like and subscribe button if you want to see this thing go fast.